The 2025 Pacific Cup final underway. And a shallow kickoff that New Zealand allow bounce, and it's a kind bounce in the end for Davison to bring it back.
Well, if they're looking to attack Jessie Southwell in defence, the opposite is going to be having Kezzy Apps will be at Tyler King all day. She'll force her to tackle, force her to constantly move, and this is a great position to attack from for the Jillaroos.
Upton has swung around to the left here. Brigginshaw is tracking that. And Tamika wanted it, but back against the grain went Isabel Kelly, the left centre. Robinson outside of her on the left wing. Upton helps out a dummy half. Clydesdale with that change of direction. Right on her feet for a back rower. Gives them tremendous go forward down to the 10-metre line. Only midway through the tackle count. Johnston gets rocked. Great contact. It was Davison putting her body on the line. Now Southwell. And they just get bodies in the road to stop her. Higgins, the dummy half, looking to the right where Upton waits. But she goes left. Yep. Oh, right through! Olivia Koenig. And it hasn't taken long, 3 minutes for the Jillaroos to strike.
Well, dominant start. Really dominant start. We saw the Kiwi Ferns move the ball around, but the Jillaroos, once they got the football in such good field position, you knew they were going to ask questions constantly. And just here, it's just clean running by Olivia Koenig. Just a misread in defence. She minds that space between the 4 and 5 defender, which is between the middle defence and the edge defence. And she's so hard to handle close to the line. You've got to get that line right.
How often do you see that? Where you're thinking the ball's going out the back. You got another front rower, Ellison, out the back. You got Brigginshaw out the back. Everyone's moving, but they give it to Olivia Koenig through the middle. And once again, she's just scoring tries at will.
About to add the extras. 6-0 Australia.
This could hurt.
And Upton going to put her stamp on it. She's directing traffic, pointing at the numbers out on the right-hand side. And they hit Johnston. Oh, nice offload back to Koenig. Now Upton with the change of direction. Here goes Tamika. And the defence ready and waiting for that. Anderson slowing her down. Southwell off the back of it. Apps running a line. That's a great tackle down low. Anderson backed up again. Southwell. Early ball, Penatani Gray. Whitfield ran behind Penatani Gray. Oh, runs into a brick wall called Uppy Nichols.
That's the second bell ringer she's come up with today.
What a tackler she is. Last line of defence for New Zealand. Rock solid. Now the crossfield kick. Oh, Robinson has done it again. Can you believe it? Twice in the One Pacific Championships. Does anyone do it any better in modern day rugby league than Julia Robinson?
Well, there seem to be hands everywhere. You have a look at Julia Robinson. She's the furthest left. Beautiful kick from Jessie Southwell. Kept it nice and low. Just flew above the pack. And another clean catch. Her hands are like webs. Just stick.
I spoke pre-game about this working relationship we're starting to see between Jessie Southwell and Julia Robinson. They're going to take this into clubland, but this is the third time they've gone here. It's the second time they've scored a try from it, and that is magnificent. That kick was pinpoint perfect.
Probably better than that, but it wasn't too far behind. It's 12-0. Brigginshaw back to centre field. Upton for Southwell. Space on the outside. Penatani Gray, fantastic. And now Whitfield with the speed. Gets through Nichols. Gets going again. And the try.
What a tackle!
Tyler King able to get there. Had to let it 10 in the bin coming here. Welcome to the game, Ash Quinlan. Go and have a seat.
She had no time. Look at that. Gets it out in front of Ja'Kai Whitfield, one of the quickest players on the field. She beats the fullback Nichols. And that's what you call a try saver.
Can we applaud that tackle too, Freddie? Because you see, when Tyler King comes in, she slaps down that arm to get the fend out of the...
Come off. It's a flop and slow.
Has only just come into the game, Ash Quinlan, and she didn't drop off in time.
Yeah, the Penatani Gray pass was an absolute cracker.
That was brilliant. She's in some distress, Tyler King.
We saw this in the earlier game, a sin bin situation, about 10 out from half-time. Can Australia capitalise? Rima Butler. The Cook Islands certainly did in that World Cup qualifier against South Africa earlier. Quincy Dodd, look at that, untouched. Keely Joseph, the new Parramatta Eel, getting acquainted with this joint.
Well, they had no chance. They were down to 12 players. Ashley Quinlan. Sorry, Tyler King was over in the corner as well. So they were down to 11 players. And then every single Jillaroo was ready to go, wanted to score a try. All in position, all moving. And then just end up being a dummy half pass. Quincy Dodd finds Curly Joseph, a couple of the interchanges.
A straightforward look for Southwell. The wind back in her sails now. Nichols. Oh, great combination. Roach with speed trying to burn them. Look who saves the day. Robinson. Out of nowhere again, Australia's superwoman. McGregor invents a kick. What about the handling from the front row of Rima Butler?
Well, what about the defence of the Jillaroos? They were stretched from sideline to sideline. Julia Robinson's tackle was a try saver. I'd like to get another shot at it.
What a pass from Sergis. Combines with Whitfield. And here they go.
Gone.
Sergis backing up. And now it's a foot race. Jess Sergis. Here comes Ignacio. What a battle. But Jess Sergis will win. It isn't fair. They've both got nicknames called Winks. Whitfield and Sergis. You're not going to beat them.
Well, this is just counter-attack at its best, isn't it? They save a tackle in one corner. They shift over to that right edge. And it's quite fitting that Jess Sergis is the one that actually scores the try, because she's the one that sets it up with a great pass. Look at this. That was points for all money. And in their own half, great pass by Jess Sergis. And she keeps her feet moving. She doesn't stop on the play. And then it's 2-on-1. Big shot by Uppy Nichols. But look at this. Jess Sergis just streaking away.
She was very coy, Jakaya Whitfield. When she got the ball, she sort of slowed down. And then when she come off the right foot, watch this, just accelerates. Yep. See you later.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that passing from a back rower to start it all. And it is 24-0. It is Quinlan, not held initially, but unable to keep it alive. Well, they are so good. One of the best Australian sporting teams right now, clearly. Thank you, Emma. Yes, first year as head coach, coming to a close for Jess Skinner. 3-0 record, some big wins as well. And Australia closed this one out. Handy half-time lead of 24 points to 0. Hale. They're loading up on the right-hand side. Lovely passing. Parker. And Clydesdale coming across in cover with help late from Robinson. Just when you think you're going to make a line break with passing like that, Australia have the defensive scramble. Kick from McGregor. Almost found space, but Whitfield got there. Links with her fullback. Look at this counter-attack from Australia. And New Zealand have the angles covered.
They're good. They are good. They're all in position. They're ready to go. They don't let their teammate down ever.
Isabel Kelly, Roosters captain with the late offload. Upton always there in support. And backwards from Apps is the hope, but it's called forwards. Knock on against the veteran.
Well, this is some decent field position here for the Kiwi Ferns. They'll start their set around 35 metres out with a set piece. They do need to score pretty quickly, keep themselves in the hunt. But at the moment, the Jillaroos, they're just diffusing everything that the Kiwi Ferns are throwing at them. There's no panic in that defensive structure.
Well, they need to score, Rue, because the Jillaroos are just too confident at the moment. They need to break down their confidence.
Nice variation again by New Zealand, trying to create something, but Kelly able to stick the tackle on Nichols after the creativity from Ray McGregor, who didn't play in last year's Pacific Championships. She was off getting married. Back as New Zealand's number 7 for this series. And they just checked on her welfare behind play and got the thumbs up. Inside the red zone. the Kiwi Ferns. McGregor finds Nichols. Overlap here. Catch and pass for the corner. They'll get there. First try in the second half goes to New Zealand and Shanice Parker.
Well, we were willing this home, weren't we, Freddie? It's a couple of times now where they've shifted to that right edge. It's looked silky, it's hit the mark, but the Jillaroos defence, the structure was sound, it stayed, it was connected, they didn't panic. But this time, it's Georgia Hale that sets it up. She digs in so square to the line and plays out so silkily, and those last passes, that is so epic and such skill under pressure. That's incredible. Look at that, just the lightest of touches.
Well, the way they drew Ali Brigginshaw in. Just watch Ali Brigginshaw. She just gets caught up here for too long, and that enables the 3-on-2. And then the pass from Abigail Roach to Shanice Parker was just brilliant. It's the second time she's done it in 30 seconds, but this time there was no Jillaroos.
Southwell. Oh, what a read. Sergis over the top. Look at this passing. Absolutely spectacular. All the way out to Whitfield.
Well, the right edge of the Jillaroos said to Abigail Roach, you can't do that. We can do that too. Hold my drink. Look at them go.
And now Koenig. They shift it from one side to the other. Upton! Tamika Upton! Is that try enough to secure her first golden boot of her stellar career? Is she the world's best?
Well, she was brilliant and finished this off brilliantly, but the lead-up work was incredible by the Jillaroos. They're under significant pressure from the Kiwi Ferns at the opposite end of the field. Then as soon as they get their first opportunity in this red zone, they make them pay. What about this work on the right edge? Jess Sergis, Tiana Penatani-Gray, Jakaya Whitfield, just working beautifully in tandem. And then off this play the ball, the work that they do, the way they hold up the middle, Jessie Southwell, great pass. Look at that, everyone's stepping up, all the playmakers stepping up and owning their role.
Will she secure that golden boot? Jessie Southwell is another contender. Julia Robinson in the mix. And Southwell drills it. So New Zealand get the chance to answer that Upton try. Nichols stepping off the right. Complaints about the way she ran behind her teammate Biddle, but it's all okay. McGregor swings it back to centre field. Georgia Hale. Often the set-up play, centre field. Golden Boot winner in 2023. King. Space out the back. McGregor to Ignazio. Nice step. Puts the moves on Whitfield, and New Zealand have their second try.
Well, it's a nice little movement out to the left. When Ray McGregor got the football, you could see she was looking for where the points were going to come. She knew that there was an option there, but just couldn't see it quickly. And then as soon as she hits that winger, Ignazio does so brilliantly. When she gets ball in hand, she steps off that left foot, comes back on the inside and has plenty of space. She found her way to the try line and did this all season for NRLW. You just see their great move on Whitfield. That's a brilliant try, isn't it?
I thought she could have done more, Racey McGregor. She had got the ball at speed because her funger actually had dragged Penatani Gray in. And the space was actually, she would have got the 2-on-1. But it was unnecessary. Ignazio ends up doing a brilliant job because of that huge space between the centre and the wing.
Has played for Australia before, unavailable right now. Apps is through, as she does so often. Southwell in support, intercept thrown again. Mogchow did really well to get in the passing lane. Anderson for Tawania. So the Bulldogs forwards go with a 1-2 punch. What an offload. So creative, Tawania. Look at Nichols weaving a passage. Oh, still going. Up here, Nichols.
It's a hip drop. It's on report and she's in the bin.
Yeah.
Risk of injury.
And fair enough.
And also Nessa Biddle is coming from the field. She might have got a cut to her eye.
I'm very excited. Watching New Zealand play last week, I haven't seen them play like that in a long time. Here we go.
Upton is through. And might have gone the wrong way. You don't say that too often. She had a teammate right alongside her, looming large. Went right instead. Quick hands. On to Penatani Gray, talking Whitfield through it. Got away from that sideline. And Australia take advantage of that one player advantage right now. Look at that pass from Southwell. Higgins moved it on. Johnston finds the mark on the bounce to Robinson. Back to Ellie. Johnston doing it all. Halfback in a front rower's body. And have another go, Ellie. Not many front rowers feature 3 times in one play. Plays it on the last. Southwell's kick ricochets kindly and played at by New Zealand, so a fresh set for Brigginshaw. They may not need all of those tackles either, the mood they're in. Elliston wants to crash her way over.
Yeah, I'm watching Ellie.
Higgins went to Joseph instead from a deeper run. And it's just a set-up play. Southwell short side, Brigginshaw.
Here you go, Ellie.
Here we go.
Yes!
Spinning away through. Ellie Johnston gets the 4-pointer.
I think, Ruan, over to you.
Well, this is a classic front rower try, isn't it? Well, look, she got so heavily involved in the previous couple of tackles. You just felt that she was angling for this kind of a run, and it's really nice work by Higgins. This is just one-on-one forward behaviour. She just identifies there's a lot of space there. Te Akaranga Katoa can't close the space enough. They're all sitting on their heels, the Kiwi Ferns. And when you've got a big front rower like that charging close to the line, you've got...
Southwell gives them some catching practice and taken. Robinson, dangerous with some room to exploit, finds her front. Only one marker there. Higgins makes it work for Kelly. Upton supports, and Kelly didn't see her until a little too late, perhaps. Inside the final minute, the Jillaroos in search of one last try to crown a tremendous 2025. Last tackle. Brigginshaw. Upton bats it on. Clydesdale has options, and there is the try for Robinson in the corner. Pacific Cup champions again, the Jillaroos in 2025. Very impressive performance.
Well, again, as they shift out to the left, it's just beautiful play. Everyone understands their role. Everyone knows what they're doing. They play the balls outside the right post. The Kiwi Ferns were trying to get up and shut it down, but Tamika Upton with those soft hands, Yasmin Clydesdale with the last pass. And Julia Robbins, she can't help but do a Superman dive every time she crosses the try line. Look at that play. That is really, really good football from the Jillaroos.
It's 22 tries now in her Jillaroos career for Julia Robinson. Southwell, headgear off to finish it all off in style. No, crossbar.
No goal.
So a nice even scoreline here as Australia go back-to-back in the Pacific Cup. They beat New Zealand, their old foes, 40 points to 8.